I wanted to start with asking you about Jamie.
Okay.
He had some surgeries, and I guess he had to learn to play again.
Yeah.
Do you think that it affected the sound of your band in any way?
I don't really. I mean, I think he actually plays better now in a weird way because he had to learn how to do things slightly differently. So he plays the same notes and the songs sound the same, but he had to think about it a lot more. And so, I don't know, it kind of weirdly made him an even better guitar player. I think because he had to put more thought into it for a minute. You know, he'd been playing like the same way for a really long time, and then that happened and he had to like reevaluate the entire thing. So, but yeah, he kind of never really skipped a beat. As soon as he could actually use his hand and it wasn't all wrapped up in like stitches and everything, he just started to play without that finger and keeps on doing that.
You like every album that you recorded for some reason. I was wondering, what is that reason when it comes to Ash and Ice?
I mean, there's kind of so many reasons. It was an interesting record to do. I liked it because we did it very untraditionally. You know, we built a studio in a house and it was riddled with problems. I mean, you could hear like traffic and birds and helicopters and people talking next door and, you know, like other people's barbecues while we were trying to record. So it came with a whole bunch of problems that had to be solved every single day. And but it was beautiful to record in a house. I mean, literally there were just guitar amps in my bedroom, so I'd have to wait until we were done doing guitars to go to sleep. They would wake me up in the morning. You know, we were all just living in this one place together, so it was really special in that way. And kind of, you know, nice to be in Los Angeles. It was a really inspiring place to be for that record. We'd tried before to go to Los Angeles to record, and we just hated it. Like many years ago, you know, like 2003 or something. We just didn't get along with the city at all. We didn't feel good there. And then something changed. I don't know what, but now we both have houses there. I don't know what happened. We just love it now. So,
do women, do they have anything to rebel against? What do you think?
Rebel against? I mean, I think I have a lot of things to fight for, but rebel against? I don't know. I think we all have a lot to rebel against on a daily basis. I mean, for instance, just my general trip to here was like all of the airports and all of the security and all the airline staff and all of the taxi drivers and everything. It was like I was an animal being transported like through a zoo of hell. Something's wrong, you know. There's a lot wrong, so there's a lot to like fight about and rebel against and stand your ground to be treated like a human, I think, all of the time. But it's like a kind of daily thing where you have to pick your battles.
Yeah, but some people are afraid of doing that, and I think you're doing an amazing job, and you're actually a role model for a lot of women, especially in music, I would say.
That's awesome. That makes me really happy. I mean, it's really hard, you know, it's really hard every day. It's like I'm thankful every day that I get the opportunity to do it, just like anybody in a band that would get to tour this much or play to these many people would be thankful. But it's a ton of work all the time. And I feel really lucky to get the opportunity to do it. And I encourage more women to do it, you know. It's a bizarre life, though. I'll just warn you guys.
When you were at the beginning stages of making music, do you think that some people took you less seriously than men, especially since I think you did some modeling in the past, and you know that people just look at you sometimes and they think that you look the way you do. Beautiful.
Thanks. And I feel real beautiful right now. I don't know. It's hard. When I was younger, when I was in a band at the beginning and I was 14 and I was on tour, it never felt like the thing that was against me was being a woman. It felt like the thing that was against me was being 14, you know, and I had to stand and wait outside of the venue before I played. And I was only let in to go on the stage and then I had to get back out, you know. So there was always that. I just felt like I was being treated like a kid, yet people wanted to still make money off what I was doing, you know, and that was hard. And then I don't know. It's really hard to say. Where you end up in life, if you deserve to be there, or if someone's selling you short, because it's one of those funny things that's hard to prove. You know, we've been doing this for a really, really long time, and we've had to like fight the entire way and tour a ridiculous amount. I mean, an inhumane amount. You know, it's there's not really any breaks. There's not really any kind of like favors. And I don't know if that's because I'm a woman or if that's just because that's how good my band is. It's not this good, it's this good. Or, you know, it's like one of those things where I could sit and dwell on it, or I could just get to work. And so I just get to work, you know.
Do you think that the word, the movement, feminism, should it exist? Because I personally think that the word shouldn't exist because we all should be equal.
Well, that's the hope, that one day it doesn't exist. I don't think we're there yet, but I think that that's the hope, you know. It shouldn't even be on anyone's minds. But men and women are really different in their psychology, you know, in their emotions, and so we're always going to not quite understand each other, and there's always going to be those things, and there's a lot of that I can live with and appreciate. But there's other things too that need work, you know. So yeah, let it be a hope.
Okay.